Welcome to the test review video for quadratic functions. We're going to start on this video with number 4, and we're graphing an equation that includes a vertex and focus. So let's put our vertex in the on the graph. Vertex is going to be 5, 3. Okay, so let's go put that over on the graph real quick. 5, 3 is about right there. Okay. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go find the focus. Okay. So the focus is found using the 20. Remember, we have part of our formula is 4p. And I know that 4p is going to equal that 20. So p equals 5. Okay, so if I'm going to count 5 from the vertex, okay, now which way do I count? If it's an x squared, if I have an x squared in the equation, I know I'm going to count up or down. The parabola is going to be going up or it's going to be going down. If I have a y squared in my original equation, the parabola is going to be going to the right or to the left. It just depends on if the p is positive or negative. So in this case, it's an x squared, and so I'm going to, because I can see x minus 5 squared, so that's still an x squared. So I'm going to be counting up, and since I'm counting 5, I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm right here at 8. Okay. All right. So my focus is at 5, 8 now, is my answer for that one. Okay. Now they also ask us for the directrix. I'll go ahead and write that right here. Okay. And the directrix is going to be on the other side of the focus. So I'm going to, or excuse me, on the other side of the vertex. It's on the other side of the vertex. So I'm going to count 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's going to be right there. Okay. So let me do that in a different color. Okay. So there's my vertex. All right. Now, I know that my parabola is supposed to wrap around the focus, but I need to figure out how wide this is going to be first. So I'm going to use the 20, and that's how wide it's going to be. I'm going to count from the focus. So I'm going to count 10 in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to go out here. I know this isn't quite it because of the fact that basically I've run out of room. And then 5, 10 this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. And oops. Okay. And so my parabola is going to look something like this, where it goes down like this and then around. I know that's not perfect. Okay. I'm using a new pen, and so basically my lines are not too great yet. But the directrix is on the other side, and so if I look over here, the directrix is sitting right here on the other side of everything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is the directrix is going to be let's see here. Let's get rid of all that right there. Okay, the directrix is going to be y equals -2. Okay, the axis of symmetry is through the middle of the parabola. So the axis of symmetry is right here, going through the middle of the parabola, right? So that's going to be x equal 5. Okay, so that's our parabola using a focus. Let's try the next problem. Okay. For number 5, we have another problem where we're graphing the parabola using the focus. And so we're going to start with the vertex again. And so we have the vertex. Okay. And that is going to be at 2, 3. Okay. Remember that this is going to be opposite. And so I'm using y equals 3. And if that's y equals 3, this is x equal 2 right here. So our vertex is 2, 3. Okay. Let's see here. All right. So let's do the focus. And so the focus is going to be my next object that I want. And then I'll plot all those at the same time. Okay. And so my focus is going to be using the 8. I'm going to actually use 4p equals -8. Okay. And so p equals -2. Okay. P is how much I'm going to count. So let's go ahead and plot the vertex. Vertex is at 2, 3. So right here. And there we go. And then I'm going to count 2. Now, remember that a y-squared parabola that's y-squared is going to be a parabola that's facing either right or left. Okay, now because it's 2, I'm going to count in the left direction. So let's go and count 2 to the left, and I'm going to be right here. Okay, all right, so here's the thing. If I'm counting to the left, that means I'm going to be facing left. Let's go ahead and write in our information here. So the focus is at 0, 3. Okay. All right. Now the width of the parabola is 8. So in order to do the width, I've got to count 4 in each direction. So from the focus, remember it's always from the focus. So I'm going to count 4 up and 4 down. Okay. And basically my parabola is going to look like this. I'm going to go out like that and then this way. Okay. The directrix is on the other side of the parabola. It's on the back. And so I'm going to count 2 because it's the same distance. So I'm just using P again, but it's in the opposite direction. So the directrix is right here. So if I write that down, the directrix is going to be x equal 4. So all I did was I just looked at it and I decided was that an x equals or y equals. And so it's going to be x equal 4. The axis of symmetry, I'm just going to write axis, is going through the center of the parabola right here, right there. Okay, so that means that I'm at 3. So that's a y equals. So y equals 3. Okay, and that's it for graphing the parabola. For number 6, this is another problem where I need to also graph the parabola and then shade the parabola. So if I'm going to shade the parabola, I've got to graph it first, and that's going to be the vertex. So right now the vertex is 2, 6. And since this is just a graphing one. Sorry about that. I accidentally went back over to my other page. So since this is just a graphing problem, I don't have to write everything down here. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that real quick. And then I'm going to, let's see here. That's my vertex. So let's go graph the vertex really fast. So we're at 2, 6 right there. Okay. Now, I also am going to plug in some points just because of the fact that I need to find out how wide this parabola is. Remember that if it's less than 1, this parabola is going to be wider than the parent function. Wider is usually because this guy right here is they're making the graph stretch out this way horizontally. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and let's plug in 0. So if I plug in 0, I'm going to get -2. -2 right here is going to make a +4. But 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 2 plus 6 is 8. So that was right there. And so I've got 0, 8. And I'm going to go reflect that on the other side right there. And I'm going to go ahead and draw that parabola right there. Okay. Now it says it's less than, so less than means I shade on the bottom. So all I'm going to do is go below the line. So I'm going to shade everything below the line. In fact, everything below the line will be a solution for this equation. And that's all I have to do to shade the parabola. Okay? All right. Well, that's it for this video. This is the end of the graphing portion. So thank you for watching. Check out the other videos for this test review.